Assalamu alaikum. I am Munaf Ashrafi, senior O-level Islamic teacher. Today's video is about the events of the preaching stages in the life of the Holy Prophet. Please hit the like button and subscribe my channel.
Here is a complete mind map of the topic in the form of the sticky notes. This is the title of today's topic.
A simple question of the topic may be: give an account of the way in which the Prophet started to preach Islam in the first few years after he began to receive the revelation.
Paragraph number 1 is the introduction. When the Holy Prophet was 40, he received his first revelation in 610 AD. It was in the last days of Ramzan. These were the first 5 ayats of Surah Alaq. The Prophet was shocked by this experience and narrated it to his wife Hazrat Khatija, who comforted him and finally took him to her scholarly cousin Warqa bin Nawfal. After hearing what happened to Khatija's husband at the Mount of Hira, he said that it was the angel Jibril who had always brought revelations to previous messengers of Allah. He also predicted that the Prophet's enemies would turn the new Prophet out of his city. Paragraph number 2 is the secret preaching. After this, the revelations stopped for some time. The Holy Prophet passed this time in restlessness and anxiety until one day he saw angel Jibril again in the sky seated on a chair. The Holy Prophet became frightened and rushed home. He asked Khatija to cover him up. She covered him up, after which he received another revelation which said, "O thou wrapped up in a mantle, arise and deliver thy warning, and your Lord do thy magnify." Surah number 74, ayat number 1, 2 and 3. Paragraph number 3 is about some of the early converts. In obedience to the command of Allah, the Holy Prophet invited his friends and relatives to the religion of Islam. He preached to them the oneness of Allah and warned them of the consequences of following their evil ways. But he did not, at this stage, make any public announcement. He confined his message only to those of his close friends and relatives that he thought would give a favorable response. The first person to believe in him was his wife Khatija, who accepted his message without any hesitation. This was followed by the acceptance of Islam by 10-year-old Ali, son of Abu Talib. The first freed slave to accept Islam was Zayd bin Haris. The first person to become a Muslim outside the Prophet's immediate family was his close friend Hazrat Abu Bakr. Within a period of 3 years, while the Holy Prophet was preaching his message in secret, about 40 righteous and God-fearing people accepted Islam. Among them were Usman, Talha, Zubair, Abdul Rahman bin Auf, Saad bin Abi Waqqas, and Abdullah bin Masud. These early converts were the people who had witnessed the Holy Prophet's private and public life very closely and had arrived at the conclusion that such a gentle and honest person could not mislead the people. Paragraph number 4 is about the preaching to relatives or his tribe BANU HASHIM. Then came another revelation that said, "And admonish thy nearest kinsman." Surah number 26, ayat number 214. In order to carry out this command, the Holy Prophet invited his relatives to his house and said to them, "Allah has ordered me to call you to him. So who amongst you will help me in this affair and be my friend, my advisor, and my deputy?" No one responded to the message except Ali, who said, "O Prophet of Allah, I shall be your helper. I will fight him who fights you." The people laughed and dispersed, making fun of the Holy Prophet. Paragraph number 5 is about the open preaching. Soon afterwards, he received another revelation through which the Holy Prophet was given the order to expound openly what thou art commanded and turn away from those who join false gods with Allah. Surah number 15, ayat number 94. Following this command, the Holy Prophet assembled the people of Makkah at the Safa hill and said to them, O Quraysh, if I were to tell you that a large army has collected on the other side of this mountain and is ready to attack you, would you believe me? They all said that they would, since they had never heard him tell a lie. But when he asked them to believe in one Allah and his prophethood, they became angry, and some of them shouted, You have gone mad. Abu Lahab, one of his uncles, said, May Allah destroy you. Did you assemble us for this? After this, all of them dispersed. The Holy Prophet now started to address the people in public and private gatherings and or approach routes to Makkah, which were used by pilgrims to the holy city. His efforts were successful and people started embracing Islam. Paragraph number 6 is the concluding paragraph. After that, the new religion, Islam, could not be a secret. Quraysh found that the message of Muhammad could be a constant threat to their religious, political, economical, and social systems. They started persecutions on the early converts. The Holy Prophet addressed the people in public and private gatherings. He approached the routes to Makkah, which were used by pilgrims to the holy city. Most of his meetings with them were secret. His efforts were successful and people started accepting Islam. Here is a complete mind map of the topic in the form of the sticky notes.